Today we are going to explore HuggingFace, which is called as the AI community building the future. It is actually a community collaboration with multiple organizations and people who are working in AI and machine learning. So Hugging Face hosts several open source libraries and models. So more importantly, they are the ones who are hosting the Transformers library for latest generative AI models we are seeing today. So we can build lots and lots of like generative AI application using their transformer library, as well as we can use the models provided by different organizations and people who are like the base models and their upgraded versions with more training, fine tuning, and we can also find some data sets to retrain or train our models as well. If you go to the Hugging Face library, you will see few sections. So one thing I would go through quickly on their website, and you can also join their community and be a part of it. So there are many companies, as you see, are using Hugging Face, as well as they are supporting their mission of making the AI available to others. So there are like multiple libraries, not limited to natural language processing. There could be libraries and models of the pre-trained models for audio classification, image classification, object detection, some question and answering, Q&A bots we can build right away using zero-shot methods, like without doing much training from our end, so we can reuse the library someone or an organization built. And there are libraries for text summarization, text classification. More importantly, that there are many translation libraries to translate across multiple different languages. So you can translate English to French, you can translate Spanish to English, you can translate between many different languages. So there are many use cases. You can apply these libraries and models. Like I mentioned earlier, so they are the ones who are like maintaining the Transformers library. So this Transformers library you can install in Python and you can use for many different applications. So they also host inference API. You can host your libraries, also use your machine learning models on their infrastructure, and you can let it serve over their web interface. And you can also contribute to their research if you wanted to develop a new machine learning model, or if you wanted to upgrade a current model with more fine tuning or some other changes. So you can also do that. You can participate their research initiatives as well. So this is like a brief introduction to Hugging Face library. I would encourage you to go and visit their website, and you can explore by yourself. I will also explain some of the things, like if you go to the models tab, like I mentioned earlier, you can also check what are the models available. So models start from computer vision, natural language processing, audio, and like tabular data processing, and also the reinforcement learning. There are multimodal architectures as well. So we will discuss about this multimodal models in a future video. So which in very high level is it's using more than one mode of model. So it uses natural language processing with image classification for document understanding. So it can use natural language processing plus sound related work, or something else with the to build a compound model. So which is the feature extraction models are there, text to image to generate image captions. Given the image, you can generate a caption. Given text, you can generate images like DAL-E, you all familiar with it, and GPT-4, you have that capability as a multimodal model. So you can do many things like document question answering. Given a document, you can ask questions and get answers as you're asking from another person who is reading that document. Visual question answering, image to text we already discussed, like captioning. So there are multimodal things you can apply those architectures in your machine learning or that AI workflow. We will discuss some of them in future video, but here we are going to focus on one particular one, which is natural language processing models. I will first go through some natural language processing models, how we can use them in our infrastructure. So we can download the models and we can use their transformer library with either PyTorch or TensorFlow. They both supported, some models supported PyTorch, some models supported TensorFlow. some models can support both with slight variations. So we will try to use them for various use cases, and I will work with some use cases we can use for translation, we can use for summarization, and we can use for some question and answering. So we can create question and answering bot in a very simple steps without spending a lot of time in the development stage. We don't need to use any other service. We can get the model and we can build in-house, and we can deploy right away. So we will be exploring some other models like audio models, text to speech, and that will be a very useful tool if you want to have it. There are many services out there, but if you wanted to build your own, so that will be a good uh, addition to you. And also we can use models such as understanding the voice and generating text out of your voice, right? So transcribing your voice to text. So these models are also available. You can use it in a very short time of development and little effort, but you need to have like infrastructure supporting this computation. So one thing I wanted to let you know, the computational cost could be higher because they are deep neural network models. So you may need to utilize a GPU enabled infrastructure or cloud or in-house. So therefore you may have like some computational overhead, but still it will be worth to explore, and it would be worth to learn as a learner in data science, machine learning, AI. If you wanted to explore that area, this library and this content could be a very useful thing for you. Okay, so we will explore some of the models and in next video, and we will look more details about the Hugging Face library and their models, and you will get to know more about them in a short while. And if you go to their data sets, so there are several data sets available. You can browse like data sets by the categories, like if you wanted to get a data set for a certain use case, so you can get it. Like for example, this wiki text. So if you go there are like some details about the data set you can find out. So this the Wikitext dataset is language modeling dataset, is a collection of over 100 million tokens. So tokens here, if you are not familiar with the context, the token here you can think of a word is a token. Okay, so if you have a document, so we have like so the token, second token, third token, like that you can think of. So this dataset has over 100 million tokens extracted from a set of verified, good, and featured articles on Wikipedia. So in Wikipedia, you will find some good articles, reviewed articles, collaborated by many knowledgeable people and experts in that area. But some articles you find some problems. But here, the articles are verified and they are used in this data set. You can find it there. So you can use it for your own training purpose or your own model, or maybe to retrain models for your purpose. Okay, so like that, you can find out many different data sets available based on your need. You can use them. And there are other things like spaces, docs will be available. So if you wanted to know a little bit more about the transformers, you can join the Hugging Face community here. If you want to join, you can sign up for the community and start contributing or participating in the discussion, etc. But if you wanted to learn, there are a lot of learning materials as well. You can go through their learning materials. There are many different resources you can apply to your learning, right? So I encourage you to explore these things. So you can read about their models, you can read about how to use the transformers library, how you can fine tune the models, how you can use the models to your applications, etc. So that's a very rich source of information you can get from their website alone. Okay, and there are solutions available if you wanted to use the Hugging Face services for your production applications, to host your models or host your applications in their infrastructure. You can also use the private hub, and there are many different offerings from the company, and of course you can see the pricing. I'm not going to go into that detail because our focus here is to explore how we can use Hugging Face library, Hugging Face community resources to build our own AI application, natural language processing, visual image processing related AI, or sound related AI. Those applications are our interest. So we will see how we can use the Hugging Face resources in order to achieve that, and also to learn this concept. As if you are a learner, and if you need to get started with AI, machine learning, data science, so this could be a good time to start. So if you are a learner, this learning will help you a lot. Okay, stay with the video, and then we will talk about this in the next session. All right, see you then.